From Malaysia, M.Fujii and Joycelyn.
Gentlemen, are we ready, please? Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Jocelyn and Adrian Liu, Canada. And on my left, Hirokatsu H.Hashimoto and Mizuki, Japan. Jocelyn to serve to Hirokatsu H.Hashimoto. Love all, play. One, love. Two, love. Service over. 1, 2. Service over. 3, 1. 4, 1. Five, 1. Service over. 2, 5. Three, 5, please.
Ko had been pushed deep into court in her defensive stance. Oh, once again, very, very aggressive from Hirokatsu Hashimoto.
When you look at the way they play in the women's doubles and the men's doubles, and you'd think that they should work as a pair, really, even if the results haven't suggested that.
Well, it's interesting because I'm a great believer that mixed doubles is actually the most tactically complicated of all 5 disciplines, and therefore it doesn't naturally translate that if you're good at doubles you're going to be good at mixed, and that's one of the fascinations of mixed doubles in badminton.
But you managed to translate that, didn't you, from women's doubles to mixed doubles?
6.
Yes, I was fortunate that I was able to, but it's not necessarily. There's a number of very, very good men's doubles players who don't translate into the mixed doubles, and it is very, very different tactics, different shots from different positions
7,
in the court. So
5.
it's a game that, you know, whereas in the level doubles you'll have the players rotating, one at the back and then moving forward to the net and the other player moving out. Mixed doubles will see an awful lot of trying to get the woman to the front of the court, where she's very agile and she can read the game well and try and intercept. And the man will use his power, because of course the men are naturally stronger than the women, they'll have harder smashes. So in general terms we'll see mixed doubles with the man trying to stay towards the back of the court.
As we saw there from Hashimoto.
7,
setting up his lady at the front of the court to finish off the rally. You'll rarely see winners from the back of the court in mixed doubles. It's all about working the rally, getting the net player involved.
Service over. 8, 7.
Yeah, so the on-screen graphic not quite right. 8-7 it is to
Service over.
the Canadian pair.
8, all.
And obviously that's now 8-all. Just snatched at that a little
9,
with Adrian
8.
Liu.
Yes, and for the first time, Japanese pair go into the lead.
10, 8.
Well, you suggested from looking at the world rankings it should be a pretty even affair.
Service over.
That's the way it's proving to be in this opening game.
10.
Oh, that's a real missed opportunity. She knows it.
10 all.
Mizuki Fuji. It's a good smash from Hashimoto. Yeah, she was ready and waiting, just trying to play it a little too steep. Oh, right idea.
It is the Japanese pair who have the slight advantage then at the first interval.
Yeah, Hashimoto well back in his defensive stance. Would have struggled to get forward to that block.
Japan with the slight advantage. I mean, tactically so far, this game really hasn't settled down into any kind of rhythm and pattern.
20 seconds.
No, but it's very noticeable to me. Whichever pair is getting on the attack is winning the rallies. So that, you know, I think that the serve, return of serve, to set up the tone of the rally, we always talk about it in doubles, but I think it's even more important in mixed doubles.
11-10.
Well, we've mentioned they haven't had this winning habit, have they, Hashimoto and Fuji? They reached the final of the Australian Open Grand Prix in April. Otherwise, though, it's pretty much been first round exits. First round exit last year in Paris as well in the World Championships. So I think Ko and Liu and the Canadian camp see this as a possible opportunity to progress. The winner of this match meets the former #1 pair of Thomas Leybourne and Camilo Rutuyul.
Service over. 11, 12.
It's a very good serve. Unable to convert that into a point, but
13,
you can see Hashimoto wasn't able to attack, had to play the net shot.
Bull-headed figure of Jeff White, the team manager. He's been speaking with the former All-England champion Billy Gilliland to just get some tips of obviously playing at Wembley. And Billy was saying to him, expected it to be windy. That's not been the case, but he was telling me that the court has been playing a little bit slow.
Yes, I have been watching the players training yesterday here in the arena, and one or two of the players did seem to be, especially the singles players, really belting the shuttle from one end to another, thinking it was going to go out, and it still landed in. So yes, it may be playing a little bit slow, but of course the Wembley drift for years at the All England Championships was legendary. You know, everybody talked about the Wembley drift, and the players were saying it really isn't as bad as they had all expected, because they've all heard these stories about it. I have a theory about that, and that's the fact that at all the major tournaments in the Far East now, we play badminton with air conditioning on, and therefore that creates a natural draft of within the stadium, and that, because the shuttle is so light, moves the shuttle. We talk about that being the drift and a faster end, and I think they're so used to playing with the drift now that this doesn't seem so bad, whereas, you know, back in the good old days when Morton and I were players, we never had air conditioning even in the Far East. So I think it's a question of players getting used to sort of having to deal with difficult conditions.
Well, this is a terrific rally. And at the moment, Japan very much on top, but Canadians win a very important point as this game was starting to drift away from them.
12, 16.
Yeah, it was a good rally, and a long rally like that really does help to settle the nerves. All four players on court would have enjoyed that rally.
Thirteen, 16.
Well, a couple of very important points for Liu and Co at just the right time.
Yeah, there's that aggression again from Hashimoto.
Service over. 17-13.
Gradually moves further and further towards the net with his 3 power plays. Once again, it's a good rally.
18-13.
That's a super shot from Fujii. Swaying the body one way, hitting the shuttle the other.
Service over. 14-18.
Probably the wrong choice of shot there from Hashimoto. Should have perhaps lifted to the back of the court because he could see that Liu was moving forward to the net. Could have really exploited Ko at the back of the court. Yeah, that's nice. Very clever play.
16-18.
Wonderful example of getting the net player involved. It was the channel attack smash from Liu down the centre of the court, narrowed the angle of reply.
Service over. 19, please. 19-16.
Japanese pair edging towards this opening game. Missed cross-court shot from Jocelyn Co. There's the pair of Hashimoto and Fujii just 2 points away. So game points.
20. Game point 16.
The luck of the net
Service
cord.
over. 17-20.
Oh yeah, bad news this for the Japanese pair. The good news is they've still got 3 more game points.
Oh, that's clever. Oh my goodness!
Oh, what a way to take the opening game. Fantastic defence, opening up the Canadian pair. And then the killer blow through the centre.
First game won by Hirokatsu Hashimoto, Mizuki Fujii, 21-17.
They had to dig that one out, didn't they? .17, the opening game score for the Japanese pair of Hashimoto and Fujii. First round losses in the Indonesian Super Series event in June. They lost to Robertson and Warwick, the other boyfriend and girlfriend pair we were talking about a little earlier on. They lost in Singapore, in India, in Malaysia. First round of All England, first round in the Korean Open Super Series. We talked how they lost in the first round at the World Championships last year. That opening game now, you'd expect them to have the confidence now to try and push on. And maybe that was a key opening game.
Yes, I think so, because of course for the Canadian pair, they're not used to playing such big tournaments as this, the World Championships. Of course, the Super Series and the Premier Super Series, which the Japanese players have very much been supporting. Look at that, not one person has served a flick serve so far in this match. That's absolutely extraordinary. But it is good quality, because you know, you look at the number of net winners. I always look in mixed doubles to see the number of net winners, because that is where it shows that the pairs are playing tactically good mixed doubles and equal on that. So the Canadians are right in there. I mean, it's interesting to me that the Canadian pairs seem to have more overhead winners.
Yeah, and I'm surprised at that, but then you look at the unforced errors, and obviously that, I think, proved the key in the winning margin in the end of that opening game. So, of course, in case you're unaware, it's the best of three, so winning game here for the Japanese pair would mean they are through to the second round. Just a little bit of a mopping of the court, a little bit of sweat and drip down, so players don't want to slip.
Okay, second game. Love all. Play. One love.
Oh my goodness. Power and placement.
Well, I suggested that after winning the opening game, it should provide the confidence to kick on, and that is exactly what's happening right at the start of this second game. Super power from Hashimoto.
It's good defense.
Oh, they've stepped it up now, haven't they?
Really looking to take the shuttle early, keep the shuttle going in a downward direction, even when playing that forced backhand. Hashimoto just tapping the shuttle down towards the centre of the court. Oh, that's nice.
And suddenly they're looking like a classy pair.
Love.
Yes, I mean, the statistic of losing so many first-round matches is not really giving the whole truth of the matter. They've come up against some very good pairs. I said right at the start, you know, they've had tough draws in the Super Series, and they've had some good matches. I watched them on numerous occasions, and I keep thinking this is potentially a good pair, but they just haven't had that breakthrough yet.
And it'd be interesting if they do win, and at the moment at 5-love up and 1 game up as well, you would suggest that they will make it through to round 2. And the fact that they're coming up against Leybourne and Kamiro Rutuyu, and of course Leybourne's had a long layoff, hasn't he?
Just to correct you there,
yeah.
I think they'd come up against the number 7 seeds, Chen Kunling and Chen Wen-Xing of Chinese Taipei, the number 7 seeds. But that could be an interesting one.
Service over. 1-6.
Yeah, more aggression from the Japanese pair,
Service over.
for which he immediately apologises.
7-1.
Yeah, so eager to step forward. That's always a good sign in mixed doubles, when the woman is really hunting the shuttle at the net.
8-1.
In terms of this discipline, then, during mixed doubles, Chinese pair obviously are favourites. The defending champion, Margin, got a new partner. Are they the ones to beat this week?
Well, the number 1 seeds and the number 1 pair in the world at the moment is another Chinese pair, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei. And but I think this is one of the disciplines that's really open, because of course this new Indonesian pairing of Tantowi Ahmad and Liliana Natsir. And Liliana Natsir, twice a former world champion, playing with Nova Widianto. She's got a new partner now. They're already number 2 in the world within a year of forming their partnership. That's pretty impressive. And they're improving all the time. So I think this mixed doubles, and
Service
you
over.
were mentioning the Danish pairs. They've had injury
9,
problems. They're coming back to full
2.
fitness. We know their capabilities. Both the top two Danish pairs have won medals at the World Championships 2 years ago, gold and a bronze. They've got potential too.
10, 2.
It's been a dominant first half of this second game for the Japanese pair of Hashimoto and Fujii. And they're now striding towards victory.
It's interesting to me how the momentum has really changed this Japanese pair. If you look at their movement within the rallies, always coming forward in court, whereas the Canadians now are always being forced back into court, into the defensive stance, which is side by side. The attacking stance is, in general terms, one at the front and one at the back. One smashing, one looking for the net area.
Court 1, 30 seconds.
Didn't quite catch what he was saying there, but I think more than anything he'll be encouraging his players, stick in there, keep fighting.
And also, you know, you've got nothing to lose now. Start attacking. Try and get it on the front foot. I know it's easier said than done, particularly given the momentum and the way the Japanese pair are playing, but they really do have nothing to lose now. Give it all or you're out.
Yeah, but this is that rally. I know it was short, but it really exemplified the problem. The return of serve didn't put enough pressure on the Japanese pair, and therefore immediately they're really on the defensive. Now that was better.
Service over. 3, 12.
Yeah, but it's been a very rare point for Liu and Co. over the last 15, 16 points.
Oh, that's clever. Punch
Service
clear,
over.
as we call it, when you
13,
hold the clear till the last
3.
moment. And then, so you're looking as if you're going to smash, and then just punch through the shot as you're playing it. Super play. Yeah, but I'm afraid you're right. It
14,
really is one-way traffic
3.
at the moment. Oh, my goodness. Oh, great
15,
backhand. But you have to
3.
say the return of serve here, shuttle going in an upward direction. Oh, clever.
Service over. 4, please.
Another
15.
rare unforced error from Fujii. She just slipped or just misread things slightly there. But the lead is so big in this second game, they can afford the odd slip up. That's drifting out. Not by much though.
Service over. 16, 4.
Crikey, that's good judgment, isn't it?
Just is just enough. Well, Hashimoto's been very
17,
dominant at the back of the
4.
court, hasn't he? A nice mix as well. There's been some raw power in there, but there's been some very nice disguise shots as well.
Please. Service over. 5, 17.
Surprised the Canadians are just willing to lift. Seemed inevitable, the end of the rally. You cannot win doubles by lifting the shuttle. You've got to get on the attack. How many was that? That was 4 lifts in that rally.
But what do they do different? Because, you know, the shuttle's coming at them quickly. How do they get on the front foot?
Well, instead of just giving the shuttle air, you've got to try and play to the mid-court area. You've got to try and get forward like that. That was a perfect example.
Both went for the same shuttle there twice, but they got away with it. This is a great rally in the end.
Yeah, a fantastic way to finish it. Yes, if you can, when the shuttle is coming down towards you, either from a smash or a drop shot, you've got to try and address the shuttle early, take it as early as possible, and then you can drive it back instead of just lifting in the air, because that gives your opponents time to get behind the shuttle, to play the big power smash, or to control the rally any way they want to.
2 points away from victory now, Hashimoto and Fujii. It won't be the end of the road for Ko and Liu. They'll have their respective doubles, women's and men's doubles to play. Liu playing with Derek Ung.
It's lovely. Good low serve.
20.
Intercepting the third shot.
6.
Match points.
Game.
And there it is after only just one. Well, the first game was very tight. The second was emphatic for the Japanese pair of Hirokatsu, Hashimoto and Mizuki Fujii. 21-17, 21-6.
Match won by Hirokatsu Hashimoto, Mizuki Fujii.
Given that display, Jill,
21.
fancy against Chen and Chen, they'd be able to give them a good game, the number 7 seeds next up.
Yes, I think it's going to be a very interesting contest, and you know, I have to say I found it very interesting the way they grew in confidence, and all they needed, I think, was a good match win. And you know, after all these defeats, so many this year in tough first round encounters and Super Series events, this is good for them psychologically. It will be very good.
Well, after losing in the first round last year, joy for Hashimoto and Fujii on day one of the 2011 Yonex BWF World Championships. It was a little bit of a bumpy ride to start with, but in the end, Ko and Liu were swept aside by some aggressive play, particularly from the back of the court from Hashimoto. So the world-ranked number 32 pair are through to the second round, and it's the end of the day for Adrian Liu and Jocelyn Ko.